Hello everyone, I'm Sophia Leon.
And I'm Maris Mateo, and we are students from Northwest Korean Technical Academy.
My partner and I looked at the effects of exposing half of Setura cordata, our plant, into sunlight and half in no light.
In the next few minutes, we will show you our results from our experiment.
In plants, there is a light reaction called photosynthesis, which provides it with energy. Without sunlight, photosynthesis would not occur and energy would not be created, thus eventually killing the plant. What we wanted to know was that if part of the plant lacked energy, would the rest of the plant supply it with the energy it needs by distributing the energy throughout the entire plant, similar to how a mammalian bloodstream works, distributing oxygen throughout the body where it needs it. The purpose of this lab was to see if plants worked as individual subunits, separating at each area where the plant splits, or if plants work as one unit as a whole, similar to how mammalian bloodstream works.
In order to perform this experiment, we chose a plant that required a lot of sunlight called Setura cordata. We each bought 3 plants, making it a total of 6. We each took home 3 plants, making 2 trials. The first plant was a positive control receiving full sunlight, the second plant was a negative control receiving no sunlight, and the third plant was the variable covered in half so that half of it received no light and the other half received full light. We recorded our plants on its physical appearance and well-being every single day for 20 days on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being fully alive, 5 being wilting, and 1 being dead. For the variable plant, we recorded it as 2 individuals instead of as a whole.
As for our results, initially all the plants started off healthy and alive, but as time proceeded, the health of the plants slowly started to decrease. As seen by the figures, the half in full sunlight started off healthy, then began to wilt, but then eventually revived itself. The half in no light started off healthy, but then eventually died. In conclusion, as seen by the figures, the halves did behave individually, proving that the plant works as subunits, and rejecting our alternative hypothesis that plants work as one total unit and would wilt entirely. The 2 halves behaved so independently from each other that their behavior would be equivalent to just splitting the plant right in half, or getting 2 completely new plants and putting one plant in no light and the other plant in sunlight.
To further this experiment, we can find plants that require more sunlight, because as shown in the pictures, our plants that already had the full sunlight wilted. We can also find plants that require a different amount of sunlight, and also feeding it nutrients so that it lives longer than the plants that we already used. Watering the plants more often can impact the nutrients since the sunlight dried up the soil and it killed them. Finally, instead of using sunlight as a variable, we can use plants that require a lot of water, since water flowing through the plant is more similar to the bloodstream.